Hi there, good morning, and I am back. And today I just wanted to do a short video on a subject that's close to our family's heart these days. We have a new baby coming later this year in the family, and we're all really, really excited. And when we got the news, I started doing some research on baby food makers. And, something that you can make your own homemade baby food, which we all know is much healthier. You know exactly what's going into it, and a lot less waste because you're reusing the jars instead of throwing them out or recycling them. And it's just generally a healthier thing, and you feel good. You feel better knowing that you've made your baby's food. Versus wondering what a manufacturer has put into that jar along with the fruits and vegetables. So I wanted to do this because when I saw how expensive the baby food makers were that were out there, I was kind of shocked. I really had no idea they were that expensive. They were anywhere from $80 all the way to $200, $250. And I have to say, with the exception of one model only, they were all plastic. Some of them even had a plastic blade assembly, or there was like some thin little maybe steel or aluminum blade sandwiched between two sheets of plastic with holes in it, as some kind of a blade system. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. So please pardon my dog who's being impatient on the floor here. If you hear him moaning and groaning in the background. And the one exception that was made out of glass still had a lot of other plastic parts, and that one was like, it started around $160 and went as high as $200 to $225, depending on the website I was looking at it on. And I got to thinking, there's got to be an easier, more economical, and safer way to do this. And to get away from all the plastic, first and foremost, you know me, if you've been following my channel, good old Oster blenders where you have glass and metal and a simple rubber gasket, and that's it. Not only that, you can do the mason jar hack. And I got to thinking, there's got to be a way of, I wonder if you could blend in those tiny little half pint jars, which would be perfect size for baby food. So I have some of these ball jars. I believe Kerr also makes them. So you want to make sure they're genuine canning jars. Because you don't want to risk shattering them while you're doing this. And so you don't want any knockoffs. This time you really want to do it right and get the originals. However, the upside is they're really inexpensive. You can get a dozen of these for like, I don't know, $5, $6, maybe $7. They already come with a 2-part lid. I happen to like making all kinds of homemade lotions and creams and deodorants and things like that. And I love this size jar for things like that. Or my own homemade salsa that only I eat. My husband's is, blow your head off hot. And so I keep mine in a separate jar. So I went ahead and bought separate lids that you can buy, like a dozen of these in a package. They come in both wide mouth and regular, and you want the regular sized mouth lid. And this is just easy. Now you can't can with these. You can't process with them, but you can store in the fridge with them. You can also store in the freezer with them. You just can't process them in boiling water, obviously, because it's plastic. So the other thing I wanted to go over quickly too is if you already have this dual action blender or you were thinking about getting it, this would be excellent for making baby food. However, there is one caveat. You will need to buy a different blade. And the reason for that is this blade that comes with the Oster dual action or the Fusion blender, which is similar to, it's the exact same blender, just has a different housing. It's black with chrome or stainless steel on the sides. Has this 6-point Fusion blade, which is absolutely wonderful. You've heard me rave about it in other videos. It tears up everything you put in the blender. The problem is in these small jars, it does not fit. It is too tall. See that? It's actually hitting the top of the jar. And even with the gasket in here, that would take up a little space here, it would still be too tall. It's touching, if it touches any part of the glass jar, you're at a risk for shattering. It's just going to shatter into pieces into your hand or all over your kitchen, which would not be safe. And there goes your pureed food all over the place. So what you want to do, and if you have one of the older blenders or the classic Beehive, it already comes with this blade. But these are really cheap. They're just like $4, maybe $5, and you usually get another new gasket with it. You can buy these from the Oster website. You can also buy them on other websites. Just make sure that you can see what you're getting, and it has the Oster logo stamped into the plate so you know you're getting a genuine part. Some of the knockoffs are kind of loose and unsafe, and you don't want your blade coming apart. This one fits in here really well. Let me put the gasket on, and you'll want to put the gasket on first. All right, and then you're going to drop the blade in. Well, and obviously you're going to have your steamed food in here. Your cooked food is already in there. Okay, and then just kind of go around, make sure you can see the gasket all the way around so nothing has slipped into the jar. Then you're going to put the blender cap, the base cap on like that, and just make sure it's good and tight, and see, you're good to go. And you can see that has at least a 1/2 inch of headspace between the tips of the blade and the bottom of the jar, so you're good to go. So this is how this is going to work. I'll turn this on, and you just drop it in, or pulse on high. Maybe you've got steamed meat of some kind, turkey, chicken, beef, something like that, that's a little bit denser, tougher meat, tougher texture to get through. It also works great on the old vintage models. So either one of these will work just fine for this project. And think of all the money you'll save, not just in not buying manufactured baby food, but once you're done with the baby food maker, it goes on the shelf and collects dust. This is more versatile. At least you're going to be able to use it for margaritas, salsa, smoothies as the children grow and they have smoothies for breakfast. You could even crush ice for snow cones in the summer. And of course, milkshakes. You know, Oster is renowned for making milkshakes. So it's just a lot more versatile. It's a lot more economical. I'd rather spend somewhere between $30 and $60 for the blender and have it for many, many years of use for other things, rather than buying this other plastic appliance that's basically, I hate to say it, a one-hit wonder, because it really is. And all those plastic parts touching hot food just, well, you know, it rubs me the wrong way. So I just wanted to put this out there because I just think it's a wonderful idea. And what's funny was when I was doing video, looking at all these video reviews of these baby food makers, and mason jar hacks on blenders. Now, I'm sure there's some out there, but I couldn't seem to find any at the time. And I looked several times, searched for videos showing people actually making baby food in the mason jar on the blender. So I thought, well, I'm going to put this out here because I think it's a great idea. But if you are going to use these little jars, make sure you have that standard blade. Luckily, it's the one that's in most of Oster's blenders, so you can find it pretty much anywhere. And I believe they call it their ice crusher or their ice crushing blade, but it's the standard 4-point blade. And like I said, it's really only a few bucks. You probably even find it at your local hardware store if they sell blender parts, or they have a small kitchenwares department or something like that. And then when you're done blending the food, you're just going to take the blade out, put the lid on, into the fridge, and you're done. And you keep reusing these. They're completely dishwasher safe. So no wasted jars and containers. So I just want to put that out there. I really, really hope this is helpful to you if you've got a baby in your family, or you've got one coming later in the year like we are, and it's so exciting. We are so excited. We can't wait. So on that note, I hope it's helpful, and if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new uploads, and have a great day. Bye-bye.